Hello there, this is Sachin sir and welcome back to part 3 of the division of the polynomial. In today's lecture, we will try to understand question number 1 to 5 in 10.2, but this time there are few special questions because the divisor of these all questions will be binomial. Binomial means it will consist two terms. Then we have to take some special care before solving the question. What are these cares? We have to observe whether the terms are arranged in descending order or not according to power, and is there any missing power from the descending order. For example, consider the question x plus x cube plus 3. Okay, if you observe this, according to the power, numbers are not arranged in descending order. So arrange them in descending order the way you are looking on the screen. It will be x cube plus x plus 3. Second step, we have to observe, is there any missing power? Yes, if you see, we are not given with the power x square, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to insert 0 along with that x square the way you are looking on the screen. So once these conditions are satisfied, then only you can proceed further for the division whenever there is binomial in the question. So let's move on with the first question on the board. The question is y square plus 10y plus 24 and it is divided by binomial y plus 4. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to observe, are these terms arranged according to the descending order of the power? Are they arranged? Yes. Is there any missing power? No. So we can ready with the division where y plus 4 will be the divisor and dividend y square plus 10y plus 24 will be written inside, right? After arranging the terms in the division structure, what we are going to do, we will be focusing on first term of the dividend, that is y square, and the first term of the divisor which consists variable in it. Okay, so which is that term? Y. Both the terms in the divisor and the dividend consist 1 as their coefficient. So 1 ones are 1. So we will write 1 in the quotient. If you are not writing 1, even then it is okay. Now consider the latter part, the power part. Okay, the variable in the divisor consists power 1. In the dividend, the first term has power 2, right? So how much is the difference? There is a difference of 1y. So that 1y will be written in the quotient the way you are looking on the screen. Now what we are going to do, that y in the quotient and y plus 4 will be multiplied with each other the way you are looking on the screen. We are going to follow fountain method of multiplication, according to which the y which is outside will be multiplying y in the bracket, that gives the answer y square, and then that same y will multiply 4 and that gives the answer 4y, and the answer y square plus 4y will be subtracted from the dividend the way you are looking on the screen. What we are going to do before proceeding further, do not forget to change the sign. That y square will be written in the negative and plus 4y also goes in negative. After that, following the integers rule, we have to carry out the operation. So y square, say bye bye to it, it will be cancelled out, and 10y minus 4y gives the answer 6y, right? The remaining term, that is plus 24, will be written down. That makes our remainder as in a whole 6y plus 24. Now what to do? Again, the first term over here is 6y and the first term in the divisor, that is y, right? Considering the coefficient of y in the divisor, that is 1, and over here it is 6. So we have 1 6 are 6. So 6 will be written in the quotient along with the plus sign. Why plus sign? Because 6y in the remainder has positive sign, right? After that, consider the power part. We have y as power 1 in the divisor. Over here y again with the power 1. So no need to give or write any y in the quotient, because 1 and 1 there will be difference of 0, right? The way I taught you in the previous lectures too. Now what to do? We have 6 in the quotient, that is plus 6, and that plus 6 will multiply y plus 4 one more time, and that results how? Again with the fountain method. 6 into y, that gives 6y. 6 into plus 4, that gives plus 24, and mention it the way you are looking on the screen in the after the remainder part, right? Do not forget to give subtraction sign and then change of sign will take place, right? As a result, 6y will cancel out and plus 24 and the minus 24 will give you answer 0, and the remainder will be 0 for us for this division. Here we go with the second question on the board. The question is p square plus 7p minus 5 and it is divided by p plus 3. P plus 3 is a binomial and divisor. As it is binomial, we have to take special care, and what we have to check? We have to check whether the powers of the dividend and the divisor are in the descending order. Yes, they are in descending order. And is there any missing power? Check it out. No, because we have p square, we have p 7p, that is p raised to 1, and we have only 5. Only 5 means 5x raised to 0. So all powers are there, all are arranged in descending order. So here we are ready, all set for the division. So what we have, p plus 3 will be outside as being divisor, and in the dividend, p square plus 7p minus 5 will be written inside. After this, my focus should be where? Yes, first term of the divisor, that is p, and the first term of the dividend, that is p square. Okay, what we are going to check? We are going to check the coefficient. What is the coefficient? 1 in the divisor also and 1 in the dividend also, right? So 1 ones are 1, so 1 will be there in the quotient. After that, check the power of the variable. We have p and we have p square. So how many p's are missing? 1 p is missing. So we will write that 1 p in the quotient, and as a result we have p in the quotient part. Okay, so that p and p plus 3 will be multiplied with each other. First of all, the way are looking on the screen by fountain method. What we have p into p, p square, p into 3, 3p, and that p square plus 3p will be subtracted. After that, do not forget to change the sign of the numbers, the way are looking on the screen, and say bye bye to p square and minus p square. Being opposite in sign, they will cancel out each other. After that, 7p and minus 3p, that results in 4p and with the positive sign. Why positive sign? According to rules of integer, the bigger number sign should be given always first of all. Okay, after that, take down that 5 near 4p, and as a whole we have remainder 4p minus 5. Check out the coefficient. We have 1 in the divisor part, we have 4 in the remainder part. Then what to do? Yes, 1 4s are 4 along with the positive sign will be written in the quotient, the way are looking on the screen. And after this, that 4 in the quotient, that is positive 4, and p plus 3 will be multiplied with each other by fountain method. What we have then? 4 into p, we have 4p. Then 4 into 3, we have 12. So in short my answer will be 4p plus 12 will be subtracted, the way are looking on the screen, after changing the sign. So we have minus 4p and minus 12, correct? Say tata bye bye to 4p. After that, minus 5 and minus 12 will result in minus 17. That makes our remainder, because there is no variable left in the remainder and we have to stop here, right? As a result, quotient is p plus 4 and the remainder is negative 17, and do not forget to write the final answer. Say hello to question number 3, which is on the board, and what we need to do, we need to divide 3x plus 2x square plus 4x cube by x minus 4, and for that our very first step is observe dividend and divisor for these two conditions. What do you see? Yes, in the dividend, terms are not arranged according to the powers descending order, right? And if you arrange them, it will look like this. And after that, if you observe it again for the second condition, you will come to know that one power is missing. Which is that power? X raised to 0 is missing, right? That means constant is missing, the last term. And for that purpose, we will insert 0. And my new question will be like this. So here we go with the division, in which 4x cube plus 2x square plus 3x plus 0 will be divided by x minus 4, the way you are looking on the screen, where x minus 4 being a divisor will be written outside and dividend will be inside. Our first step, observe the first term of the dividend and the first term of the divisor. What do we see? We have 1x as a first term in divisor and 4x cube as a first term in the dividend. First of all, check coefficient. In one's table, do we have 4? Yes, 4 are. So write 4 in the quotient. After that, check the powers. We have x in the divisor, we have x cube in the dividend. So x square is missing. So that x square will be written in the quotient, right? The difference of the power, that is x square. So what we have now, we have 4x square in the quotient in all. That 4x square will multiply x minus 4 by fountain method, according to which 4x square when multiplied by x, we get the answer 4x cube, and after that when 4x square is multiplied by minus 4, we get the answer minus 16x square, and this terms will be used for subtraction in the division that we are looking on the screen. Do not forget to change the sign that we are looking, by which 4x cube will be turned to negative and negative 16x square will be given positive sign. After that, say bye bye to 4x cube, and due to change in sign, 2x square will be added to 16x square. That gives us the answer 18x square, right? And remaining terms, write it down again. So what we have now, we have plus 18x square as a first term in the dividend, that is of course in the remainder part, and x as a first term in the divisor. Again, see the coefficient, we have 1 in the divisor, we have 18 plus 18 in the dividend. What we have to do, first of all, give the positive sign in the quotient. 1 18s are 18, so write 18 first of all, and after that check the difference of the power. We have x and we have x square, so difference of the power will be 1, so only 1x will be written in the quotient, so that makes it positive 18x, right? And after this, 18x in the quotient will be multiplied by x minus 4. As is it, what do we have? Yes, of course, use fountain method. What do we get then? 18x square minus 72x, right? And use these terms for the subtraction in the division the way we are looking on the screen. What do we have then? Yes, do not forget to change the sign. That makes 18x square as negative and minus 72x as positive. As a result, 18x square in positive negative both will cancel out each other, and that 3x will be added to 72x as per the rules of integer. That gives the answer positive 75x, right? And that 0 will be written as it is down. What we have now, we have x again in the divisor, we have 75x in the positive. So very first give positive sign in the quotient, then check the coefficient. We have 1 and 75, so 175 is 75, right? So 75 will be written in the quotient the way we are looking. Now check the difference of the power of the variable. We have x, here also we have x in 75x, right? So what we have now, nothing to be written in the quotient as the difference is 0, correct? What we have in the quotient, we have 75, that 75 will multiply x minus 4. As a result, what we get? Again fountain method. So 75 into x, we have 75x. 75 into negative 4, we have minus 300, and these terms again utilized for the subtraction the way we are looking. After changing the sign, what we get? We get negative sign for the 75x and positive sign for the 300, and say bye bye to 75x and 75x as they are in opposite sign, and we are left with only 300 along with the positive sign, and that makes our division complete, right? What we get then? Quotient as 4x square plus 18x plus 75, and remainder will be 300 as we have stopped our division. So dear all, here we go with the fourth question on the board, and this time you are going to observe dividend and divisor for these two conditions, and let's see what do you find in it. Yes, take few seconds and see what you find. Of course, if you see the first condition, we will find that all the terms in both divisor and the dividend are arranged in the descending order as per the power, and for the second condition no terms are missing, right? So we are all set for the division. 2m minus 1 will be written outside and dividend will be inside. Observe the first term of both divisor and the dividend the way we are looking on the screen. We have 2m in the divisor, we have 2m cube in the dividend. So both the coefficient are 2 2, that is why what we are going to do, yes, ones are in the quotient. After this, check the difference of the variable. What we find, yes, m square is extra in the dividend because m in the divisor, m cube in the dividend. If you subtract it, what we find? Yes, we find m square as extra in dividend, right? So it is written in the quotient. After this, that quotient part, 1m square and 2m minus 1 will be multiplied by each other, and what we find? Yes, we have to use fountain method. So m square into 2m, what we find? Yes, 2m cube. and m square into minus 1, we get minus m square. These both the terms will be utilized in the subtraction. Do not forget to change the sign. As a result, we get negative for 2m cube and positive for m square. Say bye bye to 2m cube because both the terms have opposite sign now. In the second way, m square plus m square, we find 2m square, and rest of the terms, that is m plus 9, will be written as it is down in the remainder part. Okay, so we are at the second layer now. Again, observe the divisors first term. Over here in the remainders first term, we have 2m square. Do not forget to give that positive sign first of all in the quotient. After that, we have 2 in the divisor, we have 2 in the dividend, so we will write 1s in the quotient. 2 1s are 2. Check the difference of the variable. We have 2m, that is m raised to 1. We have 2m square, we have m raised to 2. So 1m is extra, of course. So that 1 extra m will be written in the quotient. As a result, we have 1m. Correct? That 1m will be multiplied by 2m minus 1. The we are looking on the screen. By doing fountain method, we find the result 2m square minus m. These terms will be utilized in the subtraction. Do not forget to change the sign. What we find, 2m square in negative and negative m will turn to positive. As a result, 2m square, tata bye bye to it. For m plus m, we find 2m, and then that plus 9 will be written as it is down. Again, we are at the same level, that is to check the first term. 2m, again 2m over here, right? So both the terms in the divisor and the remainders first term are same. So we will use 1s with positive sign. Yes, why positive sign? Because 2m is in positive. So 1s 2m, and that 1 will multiply 2m minus 1. As a result, what we get? Of course, any number multiplied by 1, answer is same number. So 1 multiplied by 2m minus 1, answer will be 2m minus 1, right? 2m minus 1 will be taken in the subtraction. Change of sign will take place. So 2m will be negative and negative 1 will be in positive. As a result, tata to 2m, right? And what we have, plus 9 plus 1, and we get 10 as a remainder. In short, my quotient is m square plus m plus 1, and the remainder is positive 10. So boys and girls, here we go with the fifth question on the board, and keep it in mind, this is one of the dangerous questions of the exercise. Here also you are going to observe the dividend and divisor according to this condition and see what do you find. Yes, if you observe them, you will come to know that not only in dividend but also in divisor, the terms are jumbled up. They are not in descending order. So my first target is to arrange them in descending order considering their power. Not only dividend but also divisor. So my answer will be this one. Check the second condition. Is there any term missing? No. All terms are there considering their power. So we are all set for the division, and x square plus 2 will be written outside, and dividend will be written inside. Observe the first term of the divisor and the dividend. What do you find? We have 1 1 as a coefficient, so 1 1s are 1 will be written in the quotient. Check the difference of the variable considering their power. We have x square in the divisor, we have x raised to 4 in the dividend. How many x are extra in the dividend? 2, that is x square, right? So we are going to write x square in the quotient. Now that x square and the divisor, that is x square plus 2, will multiply each other. As a result, what do we get? Yes, of course, we have to use fountain method. So x square into x square, we get x raised to 4 plus x square plus 2, we get answer 2x square. These both the terms we have to write in the dividend, right, below dividend. But this time, be careful. We have to arrange these terms in such a way that like terms will come one below other. I mean to say, x4, the first term will be written below x4, and second term is 2x square. It has to be written below minus 3x square. That is like term below one another. Okay, so that x cube will be left as it is. You have to take that x cube down as it is afterwards. But after mentioning them in the dividend, what we are going to do? We are going to subtract it and before carrying out the operation we are going to change the sign of them. The way we are looking on the screen, x raised to 4 will be turned to negative and positive 2x square will be turned to negative again. So what we have, that x raised to 4, x raised to 4 will be cancelled out. Positive x cube will be written as it is, and that minus 3x square and minus 2x square will result in negative 5x square. According to integers rule, same sign we have to add and give same sign to the answer, or the bigger number sign to the answer. Rest of the part of the dividend will be taken down as it is. So what we have x cube minus 5x square plus 3x minus 12 as our remainder. Okay, again check the first term of the remainder, that is x cube, that is in positive, so of course positive sign will be given in the quotient, and our divisor is x square, the first term. Again 1 is there as their coefficient, so 1 will be there in the quotient. After that, check the difference of the power considering the variable. We have x square, we have x cube, so 1x is extra, so that 1x will be written in the quotient, and plus x will multiply, that is written in the quotient, will multiply the divisor, that is x square plus 2. Again fountain method will be used. As the result we'll get x square into x cube, x into plus 2, we have 2x, and this x cube plus 2x will be written below the dividend in such a way that like terms will come one below other. So x cube will be written below x cube, and that 2x will be written below 3x. Observe it carefully. Change of sign will take place. As a result, say bye bye to x cube because they are in opposite sign now, and that 3x minus 2x will result in single x, and minus 5x square will be taken down as it is, like the rest of the part of the dividend. So in short, what we have in the remainder part, we have minus 5x square plus x minus 12. Now as the first term is in negative, we have to give negative sign in the quotient. Now check the coefficient. We have 1 in the divisor, that is 1x. We have 5x square, that is negative 5x square actually, in the remainder part. So 1 5s are 5, that is why 5 will be written in the quotient, number divided by number. And see the power, we have x square in the divisor, we have x square as of in the first term, right, the way we are looking in the screen. So there is no difference in the variable's power, so no variable will be written in the quotient, so only minus 5 will be there in the quotient. That minus 5 will multiply the divisor, that is x square plus 2. As a fountain method, what we get, minus 5 into x square, we have negative 5x square, negative 5 into 2 we have negative 10. So these both the terms will be written in that remainder part in such a way that like term will come below like term. So minus 5x square will be written below minus 5x square, minus 10 will be written where? Yes, below negative 12. Change of sign will take place as it is subtraction. As a result, sayonara to 5x square, as it is in opposite sign it will be cancelled out, and that negative 10 it is turned to positive, so subtraction will take place. So minus 12 positive 10 will result in negative 2, and that middle plus x will be taken down as it is. So what we have in the remainder part, we have x minus 2. Now observe the power of the variable first term in the remainder part and the power of the variable in the divisor. We have x square and here we have x, and the way I taught you, whenever we get less power in the remainder than the divisor, we have to stop the division. So my division will end over here. As a result, remainder will be x minus 2 and the quotient will be x square plus x minus 5. So boys and girls, this was the very important question considering your placing of the terms which is to be subtracted. Keep it in mind, we have to arrange the terms in such a way that like terms will come one below other. It is enough for today. See that lastly I have given you few sums as a homework. If you have any doubt in while solving those sums, do ask me in the comment section below. Till then, see ya, take care.